Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the collective. Collective, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link. My official Instagram and TikTok all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. I hope everybody is doing well. If you found yourself here today at this reading, then you are identifying with the Hermit card, or the Hermit energy. Number 9 in the Major Arcana, representing Virgo. Virgo, if you're here, you showed up in your own reading. The Hermit card is one that I'm very comfortable with. It's a card that represents this beautiful retreat unto oneself. It's this time of our lives when we are kind of at a crossroads, or at this place of reckoning, where we know we can no longer move in the same direction that we have been. It causes a kind of crisis moment, a spiritual crisis moment, where we don't know essentially what we're doing. We've been on this path for so long, and then we realize, we wake up one day and we're just like, I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel happy. I feel confused about my purpose. And we retreat unto ourselves. We step away from society at large, which is not to say that, you know, you go camp out in a tent in the woods for 6 months. I mean, some people do. Some people's version of that is going backpacking for a year, right? Just to try and find yourself. This can look like you going to work every day, but maybe not socializing. Maybe just getting through your day and then coming home and being in the space of prayer, meditation, being in a space where you're just trying to be comfortable in your own skin with your own company, asking the bigger questions, journaling, going to therapy, manifesting, understanding what it is that has held you back, your fears, your phobias, your triggers, your memories, and conquering those fears, conquering those setbacks, overcoming obstacles and challenges, sometimes that other people have placed in our path, and sometimes obstacles that we've created ourselves. That's the Hermit energy. I see in this card, it's really beautiful. It's like kind of this mind is the extension, or extended by this beautiful bird figure. It looks like an eagle, could be an eagle. This sense that once we open up our consciousness to bring all these things to the surface that may have been trapped, buried very far beneath, maybe that we've suppressed, when we bring everything up to the surface, where it can get light and air and clarity, then it's almost as if our consciousness is soaring, just like this eagle. Our consciousness is up-leveling. We don't stay in this energy forever. That's not what the Hermit mode is meant to do. It's meant to provide us some much-needed pause so that we can reflect and then come back into the world revitalized, reinvigorated. A different person, the same you, but elevated, evolved. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The first one you're familiar with, the White Witch Tarot, for the overall energy. For the base spread, What We've Forgotten, Oracle deck. And for the tarot portion of the reading, the Artist, Decoded. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the collective and anyone who is identifying with the Hermit energy this time. The first set of cards I'm going to show you are where we've been. The second set, where we're going. And the third set, advice from Spirit. Wow. Wow. You see, it's like your hard work will pay off, collective. Your hard work is going to pay off. Your hard inner work, self-work. It's showing it to me very clearly. Okay, now for the tarot. So 2 extra cards came out. I'm going to use that for your overall energy as well. Number 1, Gemini and Virgo. So lots of Virgo represented here, but Gemini, if you are here, you showed up in your own reading as well. The Magician, number 1 of the major arcana. Fantastic. You see, it's going to pay off for you. Whoever is here today in this reading, good for you. You know why? Magician wields the power of all 4 suits of the tarot. The cups, the pentacles, the wands, and the swords. Air, earth, fire, water. It's this sense that you are in full capacity of all of your gifts, all of your wits about you, understanding with emotional intelligence and strategy and gumption, how to move and shake in the world, how to manifest things, attract things, go out and get things, right? And not just material things, but situations, putting yourself in the right place at the right time to meet the right people. There's a real calm about it too. Excuse me. A little bit of blocked throat chakra. Maybe you don't want people to know. That's what it is. So one of the biggest, I don't know who came up with these things, but it seems to be true. One of the biggest rules of manifestation is you don't tell everybody your crap. You know, you don't tell people your ideas until after they're out there in the world and that you've manifested whatever it is that you're looking for. You don't tell people. Why? Because not everybody has your best and highest intention in mind. Not everybody wants to see you succeed, which is really crappy, especially if you're the kind of person that wants to see other people succeed. We have countless examples of this kind of pettiness and envy and jealousy and greed. Don't be one of those, right? So my throat chakra closing, as we were talking about the Magician, it kind of makes me think that, okay, you don't really reveal all of your plans to people, that's great. I don't think that you necessarily should. You reveal them to spirit, which is what you should be doing. That you should be doing. Reveal your plans to spirit so that they can help you. Maybe sometimes you forget. 3 of Pentacles is also coming out here. I mean, I think by and large you don't forget, but 3 of Pentacles is collaboration and co-creation with spirit. It's like working closely with your spirit guides, your ancestors, calling to them, channeling with them, listening to your higher self, your higher aspect, your soul. What is it that we really want, soul? What is it that's going to fulfill us and, challenge us in the best way possible? Help us to help others, right? To be generous of our spirit in this earthly realm. I know plenty of people that, I'm thinking of a very specific coworker. So I work in hospitality. She's a housekeeper. When I tell you that this woman works her tail off, and I'm pretty sure that she gives at least a third of her income away to people in her home country to help them build schools, provide meals, because they're very poor in her country. She works so hard to be able to just give some of her money away. And any time that I'm around her, it's happened 3 distinct times that I can remember. I've known her for 7 years, as long as I've been at my job, and 3 distinct times when I was either talking to her or standing close to her, my ear would start going off like a bell just ringing so loud. And I'd pull her aside and I'd say, your ancestors want to tell you thank you. And she'd be like, what are you talking about, honey? And be like, no, you gotta understand something. Like, they are giving you so much props and gratitude and love and protection to you. Because I find that when I'm around certain people that have very high vibrational energy, and she doesn't have it all the time, I guarantee you that, right? Sometimes she works so hard and she's exhausted. So not everybody can be happy-go-lucky all the time. But she tries, man, does she try. And when I'm around high vibrational people, it's happened several times, my ears start ringing. Usually it tells me that I'm in the presence of somebody that's truly on their path, that's truly in the space of wanting to give, wanting to serve spirit, wanting to be the most authentic version of themselves that they can be. The ear ringing doesn't lie. It never lies to me. I always know. And so when I tell her that, I'm like, your ancestors, they can see what you're doing. They acknowledge it. It's like they're throwing a party for you. Like your name in the marquee, your name in bright lights in the spirit world. We recognize you. We're there for you. We're helping you. But we thank you for helping yourself to then help all these other people. It's just like win-win-win. It's beautiful energy, and it's what I see for you right now. Even in this space of quietude, it's like you're understanding that that's your superpower. Like you're understanding just how powerful you are in this space of quiet. Where have we been? Number 15, interesting, which corresponds to the Devil card. Capricorn, you showed up in your own reading. The Devil card of the Major Arcana, but the words are higher love. This is, obviously, it makes me think of, maybe it's not so obvious, but for people my age, there's a musician called Steve Winwood. I'm pretty sure he's British. And he sings a song called Higher Love. It was from the 80s. It's very weird because he doesn't articulate very well in his songs. So even if I tried to tell you what the lyrics are, I could not tell you. But anyway, it's maybe that song is relevant to you. But it's like there's this homage that has happened with you where you were giving... Spirit just said the word deference, like you have really been in a space of not just gratitude. It's not even that. It's like respectfulness to spirit in whatever way that looks like to you. So even if you don't ascribe to a certain religion or spiritual teaching, maybe you've been respectful to Mother Nature. Maybe you've been respectful to animals, something of the earth. And it has catapulted your heart, like your energy, your aura, because I see this as aura, into something that is so high vibrational. It's pure like that, my ear ringing. It's pure like a bell. That's what's happening in the past energy. You know, where have you come from to kind of step into the hermit mode? It's like your loving and giving heart is of the highest degree. That's really beautiful. Now, it hasn't always been easy with the, thank you, Spirit, number 9 in the Major Arcana, the Justice card, Libra. You showed up in your own reading. This is Libra energy. The Justice card talks about divine, it talks about karmic balance and karmic justice. Why did I say divine? The hand of the divine is kind of what I was looking at, because I was like, whoa, this is a very intimidating energy for me. This is very like, okay, well, you know what it reminds me. I just go with it. So I see a scene from Star Trek The Next Generation. Yes, that's one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't care what you think of me for that, but Star Trek, The Next Generation forever. But anyway, there's this character on Star Trek, The Next Generation, and he's called Q. And he's like the god among gods, and he's so arrogant, and he knows it, right? But he is omnipotent, and he's everywhere all at once. And there was this there have been very crucial episodes where he doesn't show up all the time, but one of the, I think it was the series finale, which was probably one of the best series finales I've ever watched in my life, humanity was on trial, and Captain Picard had to be the one to answer for all of humanity. Not an easy task for the good captain. But this character reminds me of Q sitting on his high throne, his high court, looking down on humanity and judging it. And for some reason, I see that in this card. So that show might be relevant to you. You might know that character. You got this card in reverse, though. So when Justice card is in reverse, it kind of just shows that there's still some karma to be played out, or, you know, not everything could have gone your way. So here I see in the past energy, it's almost as if overcoming this sense of judgment or misalignment, or Spirit just said the word betrayal, that with this giving and loving heart of yours, still somehow someone worked their way in to, unfortunately, teach a karmic lesson that you had to learn. I experienced that earlier this year with someone who was a friend and is no longer. And it's like every good thing I did was negated by every ugly thing they did. And I'm not mincing words or confused about that in any way. So the problem that I faced was that I did not listen to my intuition. I made a lot of excuses for this person because I loved them. Like, not romantically, but just like a friend. I was like, you know, I wanted to believe the best in them. And they just betrayed me every single time. They betray themselves, first and foremost. First and foremost, they betray themselves. And finally, I just had to put an end to it and say, F off, you know, blocked, goodbye. So even in this space where you come with the best of intentions, and not just intentions, also actions that back up your intentions, there are still some MFers that come in here and like rain on your parade. We have to deal with those things. And you know, maybe that's where that devil energy referenced in the number 15 is speaking to. Maybe that's where it comes from. Dealing with that devil energy, that unfortunate aspect of life where we sometimes find ourselves in situations where we ignore our intuition because I don't know what it is. Like we want the attention, or maybe it could be like we're overgiving. Like there's also a problem with overgiving too, a big problem. Because it's like you give and give and give until it hurts. You give and give and give because you want their affection, their love, their attention, their influence. I don't know. There's a big problem with overgiving. We have to have balance with everything. So I see that happening here. Can you tell me more about the Justice in reverse, please, Spirit, for the collective? What's the Justice card in reverse all about? Two major arcana. The Fool energy, number 0, in reverse, and the Lovers, number 6. Gemini. Gemini, you shut up in your own reading. I see a very specific scenario. So if it doesn't resonate for you, this particular bit, just leave it for someone else, please. I see there was this new beginning that you really wanted to take with someone. You wanted to have a new beginning with somebody. You wanted to start a relationship or explore something in that vein. The Lover's card here. And in some way, someone else got in the way. And it never came to pass. I'm sorry if that happened to you. I know what that feels like. It sucks. A third party. I feel a third party. Well, I see 3 here. And I feel like a third party came in and interfered. Now, you know, rejection is protection, redirection, right? But at the same time, like, you could have figured, maybe it was for you to figure that out for yourself without somebody kind of interfering. So this is just for some. It's not for all. But I see that very clearly. It's almost like there's somebody coming in and like separating the hands of the lovers, right? The number 15, the devil, keeps the lovers trapped and bound. The fact that the lovers came out is very relevant. Fool card in reverse. Something just didn't get off the ground. There was no leap of faith. There was no jump. Not because you didn't want to. Not because your heart wasn't in the right place. But because karma, someone else interfered. Someone else who judged it unfairly. It was not their place. Not their place. This is in the past. Where are we heading? Number 38, which reduces to an 11. The Justice card, but in the upright. But it's the Sun, which is Leo energy, number 19 in the Major Arcana. Beautiful. Look at that hand outstretched. It's almost as if it's Spirit's hands just saying, welcome. Welcome to this place of abundance, clarity, illumination, life-giving energy. Welcome to this place. It's spectacular. I mean, once again, your overall energy, the Hermit, the Magician, and the 3 of Pentacles, getting very clear on what we're manifesting. And it's like, well, the Spirit's just saying, welcome to your manifestation. I hear it as like an announcement, like over like an intercom. Welcome, collective, to your manifestation. You're going to have so much that it's going to confuse you. There always has to be like a little fly in the ointment, right? But it's not anything we can't handle. 7 of Cups. Head in the clouds a little bit of confusion. There's so many choices. Which one do we pick? And I always like to tell people, and I've been telling people this for years, is always better to have choices than no choices. Always. It's always better to have choices than just be caught in a corner and just like forced down a certain path. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes Spirit puts us down that path for a reason, but we also have free will. And so, you know, let's use our hearts and our heads and our minds, put all those things together and make some good choices. That's what the Magician does every time. So you're going to have this, you're going to have more abundance than you know what to do with. And it's pretty lovely. But you're also going to be like, I don't know. There's so many things. Don't whine about it. Just be grateful. If you just got to get a good old pen and paper out and write a pros and cons list. If I do this, then this. If I do this, then this. Then do that. Just be in the space of gratitude so you can have more and more choices. That way you can really find something that's tailor-made for you. I want a little hint though. What is it that this abundance is bringing us? What is it that we want? 2 cards. King of Wands and the Hanged Man. Okay. Hanged Man, number 12 of the Major Arcana. Virgo and Pisces energy. Virgo, Pisces. Showed up in your own reading. Virgo again. Lots of Virgo. Magician, Hanged Man, Hermit, all Virgo. You could be a Virgo or dealing with Virgo. King of Wands. Somebody who knows exactly what they want and how to get it. Somebody who's passionate, who's motivated, who has the resources to go after it. But the Hangman is needing some perspective. And we're in a holding pattern. It's a little bit of stuck energy, because we're a little confused. It's not that you lack the resources or the energy. You have that in abundance with the King of Wands. You just need a little bit more perspective to hone in on exactly what it is that you desire. And that's okay, right? Spirit's advice, number 52, which reduces to a 7, the Chariot card. Cancer, you showed up in your own reading with the word offerings. It's Spirit's offerings. Spirit is saying, hey, guess what? First of all, guess what? We see that you might be a little confused because we just put a lot in your lap, but don't worry, they're not going anywhere. And if they do, if there's something that, loses momentum, something else will come in its place that's just as beautiful. Look at all of this light energy. If I put your base cards side by side and look at it, look at all this gold, this golden light energy. It's really stunning. It's when it first came out, I was like, wow. The other readings, it didn't quite get this level of golden light. Spirit's offerings are good. King of Pentacles in reverse to clarify it, though. Don't let the confusion put you in a state where you're lacking confidence to go after it and take what's yours. King of Pentacles is the king in the 3D world, the material world. They're self-possessed, and they also possess a lot of things. They have a lot of abundance. They're generous with their abundance, but they know how to use it in a responsible way. When the King of Pentacles shows up in this energy, it's almost as if we all get to this point where something is so good, you're almost looking for the flaw. You're looking for fault in it. Spirit is asking you, don't do that. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, they just said. Don't do that. Don't do it. Try to have confidence that you deserve it. That's your reading, collective. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Stay tuned for the next installment, The Wheel of Fortune.